Bye.
Hi, plant cubby.
Hi. Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
I'm Bree,
I'm Autumn.
and we recently formed Unfiltered 3, which is the page that we're going live with right now. So we're going to be active over there, but yeah. You wanted to go live here? Say hi? Do a tarot reading? We recently had a full moon. My brain isn't braining fully right now, so
we just got done recording an episode of like a 20 question type game, and so we're a little fried.
Yeah. What was I saying? Oh, the tarot spread.
Yeah.
Oh, because we recently had a full moon. I am doing great. We are professionals.
Our image is semi-crooked, but it's fine.
Then the whole dresser is crooked, because... Are you talking about that?
Yeah.
Unfiltered 3? Gotcha.
Yeah. But it's cute.
But now you've noticed it.
I have noticed it. I'm ignoring it. I feel like messing with it just make it worse. Versus better.
Yeah. But, so we had a full moon recently. We're just coming off of it. And I have the Moonology Oracle cards. And we're going to do the full moon spread off of it. Would you like to shuffle it a little bit? Put in the energy. While I look up the spread. So this is about the spread. Do the spread at the time of the full moon or as soon after as you can. Okay, perfect. Though it matters less than it does with the new moon, whether you do it before or after the exactitude. As you choose the cards, you can either ask a specific question or ask the divine for general guidance at this time. The questions are, what's falling away and what do I need to forgive? What's the illuminated full moon showing me? Is that Ollie? My cat.
What are you doing, Holly?
Is there a string or something?
Oh, it's a twig. Okay.
Oh, bye, Ollie.
Oh, never mind. I'm sure he's gonna come back.
Yeah.
My chair is like almost on top of your chair. Okay. I don't foresee him being the issue.
He's gotten spunky.
He has.
This is what he does before bed. Yeah.
It's fine. Oh, it's fine. It's fun.
I thought you were dropping cards. I was just like, oh, shit.
Nope. Cash is having a blast right now. Which is very cute. Especially because he doesn't play very often.
He does in the middle of the night, like right before I go to bed. He suddenly just gets energized, or first thing in the morning, or just random spurts throughout the day. Usually not in front of other people, though. So this is a rare sight for Autumn. He's so cute. As soon as I would move the camera, though, he would just stop.
Yeah. That's very aware. All right.
Okay. Do you feel good?
Yeah, I feel good. I don't remember what the questions were.
I was just having you shuffle them, putting in the energy.
I put in the energy. I was talking to Nix. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Energized.
Thank you. So what is the first question?
What's falling away and what do I need to forgive?
All right, let's sit on that a moment.
No hesitation there.
A fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries. This?
Here, I might have to get out a shot. Try again.
Oh, I did the thing. It's not. I also tap the screen.
Maybe because it's your forward-facing camera.
Maybe.
It's a what? Full moon?
Full moon in Aries. Aries season. I'm an Aries.
It's time to see if you've been a little bit too much me. There's a tug of war going on between what you want and what someone else wants, but you'll have to wait a little while to see what's going to happen next. As you wait, ask yourself if you've been handling the situation as sensitively as you could have done. If you know deep down that you've been a little rash or harsh, gone too fast, or overstepped the mark, then accept that on some level you've created the situation yourself, which means you can create your way out of it too. When this card comes up, a peak is coming and it could be fiery. Additional meanings, be assertive. Being assertive is good, just don't ride roughshod over anyone.
These words that this booklet has.
I don't know that word. If you're in a tense situation, meditate your way to peace. Don't be a baby. Sorry, but this could be the issue. You need to have more fun.
And this is the question for this is what's falling away? What do I need to let go?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's you need to let go of holding on to some sort of anger or intense emotion surrounding something, whatever that means for what's happening in your life right now. You're holding on to, it's kind of an intense emotion because that's telling you to like let that go, bring on peace.
Mm-hmm. Full moon in Aries is a super fiery time when emotions can run very high. On the upside, there's excitement about what may lie ahead, but tempers are likely to flare with rash comments or decisions. No matter when you pull this card, it signals that the situation has just or is about to come to a peak, perhaps in a rather heated way. There could be a price to pay if you have been too competitive or too blunt.
Yeah. So that, like, that rash, quick to anger, there is a noise in that room. This will turn into an after hours with Cece's.
Sounds like I should turn my mic off.
You can go do that still if you want. It's just us in here now.
You could do that.
Okay. So go share some of your thoughts or something.
I don't know. I feel like for me, I've had a situation recently where it's been brought to light that someone in my life has said something about me. But I feel like I've let it go to an extent. I have decided on whether I should tell another person. But that's just me, like, specifically in my specific case and how it relates to me personally. But in, like, a rough sense, I feel like, you know, this could do with, like, boundary setting. And, like, maybe a boundary needs to be set in your life or in some way or some form. And, you know, through setting that boundary, you want to be assertive, but you don't want to be demanding, almost.
Mm-hmm.
Or condescending, or like
learning how to
like
not let the emotion take over.
Yeah,
when
like
you set that boundary.
positively communicating the boundary, which I think is a really hard concept to learn, and not very many people have mastered. What's up, homie?
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard me, but I was saying, like, my personal situation, that information I found out that I told you about last weekend. I think, and for me, I've already decided, I think I'm just going to let it go. One thing that my mom has told me that, like, what people think and say about us with us not around is our business.
Yeah, it turns into a he said, she said sort of deal. And
yeah, and
messy.
It's just not our business. Like, they're going to think, no matter what, when it comes down to the end of the day, like, they're going to think what they want to think, and they're going to have the viewpoints that they're going to have. And it's not it's not for me to make it my business to change that.
Yeah.
So I think in this scenario, I think I'm just going to let it go. Like, but also learn from it and know that this person does have that viewpoint of me.
Yeah, it's not like you're just forgetting about it.
Yeah.
It's just you're not
entertaining it. I'm not going to bring it to light. I'm not going to bring it to even more fruition or have it be this huge thing that it could potentially be if I were to.
That's smart.
Yeah. It's big of me, though.
Yes. All right. So what is the second question?
Oh, geez. I gotta go back. Full moon? 3-card spread?
Yes.
What's the illuminated full moon showing me?
What is the illuminated full moon showing me?
Let's play with a filter. Nothing but love.
A new start is coming. New moon. Sorry. A new start is coming. New moon. Just plain old new moon. This is what is the full moon illuminating from here? What is it bringing to light?
I don't see just new moon.
It's in the beginning before all the moon phase cards, yeah.
New moon. Oh, yes. All right. There is a yes coming your way. This is one of the most auspicious cards in the deck. It's totally positive and suggests something new and exciting is developing. The situation you're asking about is blessed and you're on target to achieve your goals. The message from the universe is that you're starting all over again in some way, be that on a new or better course or just feeling more positive about achieving your desired outcome. If you've been feeling stagnant, this card reminds you that life goes in cycles and you're moving into a new cycle now. This is the time to wipe the slate clean. If the situation you asked about has become toxic, either that will clear up now or something totally new and fresh is on its way. Additional meanings, a new start is on its way. You will soon start to feel more hopeful about getting what you want. Your belief that your dreams can manifest is working well. Forget about the past. Forget about the past.
Forget about the past.
Forget about the past. That's huge. The teaching. The new moon marks the start of the waxing cycle and the midpoint of the dark moon. It's a dark and veiled time, and the moon is invisible in a time of rebirth. It's a time that witches do their work, making wishes and laying down intentions for the new cycle. An intensely magical time when it's easier to pierce the veil to other worlds. Interesting.
Yeah, these cards are great if you want to learn astrology. It has little nice tidbits in it. I love that. It's illuminating this. It's almost like an assurance that you're on the right path, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like you're going in the right direction. It's positive.
And I relate it to, in that way, like, so we've done a lot of readings for our podcast. Mm-hmm. And, like, guiding us almost to our podcast, making sure we're all aligned, and it's been very positive, very good feedback. But a lot of it is making sure that like we are also taking care of ourselves, and through taking care of ourselves and going through this journey together, we're going to become our best possible self.
Yeah.
So I think it's almost like affirming that, like that by the choices that we've been making, we're continuing on that right path.
Yeah. And I love that zoomed out view too, because we've been getting that a lot too. I can relate that to something more, specific and personal in my life and what's happening right now, but it's also working in that sense too, which is cool.
Where the followers? Where the people at? Get in here.
Do we want to post this afterwards?
Sure.
I can't edit it. It's going to be all in.
Don't get in here. We're being our real, authentic selves.
Yes. And speaking of the podcast, that is the profile that is going live with us right now. So go ahead and give that a follow so you can come along.
I mean, we've talked about anything and everything, and we continue to just want to talk about everything and anything, and really just want to share our experiences with more people. And one of the best things that I think Cece, Brie, and I do together the most when it's just the three of us is just have these like really deep, meaningful conversations. And, Cece brought to our attention that like, hey, let's share it. Yeah, because like, why not? And they're pretty good conversations, especially when we get like really into it. And so we decided to do the Unfiltered 3.
Yeah. I like this. I like what we've got going on here too.
Yeah.
We should make this a thing somehow. Figure it in.
The lives?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's fun.
Follow us on TikTok so we can go live there too.
Yes, we have to have 1,000 followers to go live. Like I'm so excited when we hit that goal because we're gonna hit that goal because we gotta manifest it. Huge manifester here. However, I am also a realist, and I know that is a goal that's going to be slow, and that is fine. But I would like to go live on TikTok.
Yeah.
I think it would be just as fun as going live on Instagram. I don't know if you're supposed to talk about other platforms while on a platform.
The algorithms listen.
Yeah.
But I feel like TikTok and YouTube both push out lives more, so we are able to
just connect with more. Yeah. I feel like you have to be following one of these pages or for it to pop up on your phone.
Yeah.
Or pop up on your feed or whatever. Where TikTok, I see the most random things.
What? Did you not count as a viewer?
Maybe not.
Huh. If you're active in here, let us know if that's us or if that's our page below. You don't have to feel pressured to talk in the chat or anything. I'm just genuinely curious.
Yeah, just throw an emoji or whatever. But also, talk in the chat, because, that would be cool.
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. No pressure, but, if you wanted. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we were talking
about our podcast.
And
this is what happens.
Yes. Shall we go to the next card?
Yeah, we're going quick through this. We probably could have
do more.
Yeah, probably could have done a 6-card spread, but that's tarot. I feel like that gets a little bit more in depth.
We can go there.
Well, let's do this, and then we'll go through that.
Okay. Third question.
Right. What comes next?
What comes next?
What comes next? What is next? What's coming next?
The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini.
This card is a reminder that it's important to speak your truth. Remember that your words have consequences and impact your listener. Right now, you need to guard against indiscretion. The answers you need may well come soon. The issue you are facing could well be one or a few conversations away from being resolved. If you're inquiring about a love situation, a little flirting may be called for. And if you're in the middle of an argument, this card comes to you as a reminder of the old, very non-Gemini message. Least said, soonest mended. It's good to talk, but be careful you aren't causing yourself any issues with your words. Words have enormous power. As metaphysician Florence Scovel Shinn from 1871 to 1940 put it, your word is your wand. You create magic and your own reality every time you express yourself. Additional meanings. Would you have something to say?
It connects to the first card very well. And I think it all flows into a story well. Like choosing your words wisely and letting go of that charged emotion when setting a boundary or something, like you were saying here. So, and a new start is coming. Maybe if this is more the general reading, it's like, it's almost like a past, present, future, where you need to let go of that emotion, that charged emotion, and learning how to communicate healthily. A new start is coming. You're beginning to do that, right? That's what it's illuminating for you, is the ability to do that, how that works, and being able to work on it. And then the answers you need are coming. What's next is
you're going to find your words.
Yeah.
You're going to find the proper words.
Yeah.
To say what needs to be said. Or maybe even through, you found a new way, which maybe that's that healthy way of communicating a boundary from this emotion that you're feeling. And then you find the correct words to set that boundary.
Yeah.
If we're talking about specifically to boundary making.
Or however that relates to your situation, that's just like a good, how can I place that kind of energy in what I'm dealing with right now?
I think for my specific... Hi, Audrey!
Hi, Audrey! Hi, Cordy.
What is this fun?
Audrey, we were telling everyone else not to feel pressured to comment in the chat, but we are absolutely pressuring you to comment.
The expectation is there.
And it better be funny, witty, liven up the room, chat. Total, it's all on you.
Watch her just already be gone. It's nothing. Well, hi, bye.
That was it.
Okay.
There's just 3 cards.
How would you would you relate it to the podcast in any way?
Well, before our last week's recording, it seemed like there was some energetic charge there with one of us. And we were able to sit down, talk, have our meeting, and then by the end of it, we were able to resolve it. Nothing bad.
Okay, I'm so lost.
Just feeling overwhelmed with social media.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and we were able to talk it out, and now we're at a place coming up where it's going to be focusing on speaking up and clarifying when you get overwhelmed and when you need help.
Making sure we're having that constant open communication.
Yeah.
And knowing that we will never judge, and that we're just there to love and support. We had a conversation where like not everything's going to be evenly spread out from all of our duties for the podcast, social medias and such.
Yeah.
And sometimes just like a relationship is not always going to be 50-50. It's going to be 60-40, 90-10, you know, like sometimes, especially, you know, when we go through everything that we go through, because, you know, we still have our full-time jobs and our normal lives.
Yeah. And we have our strengths and weaknesses, and we can pull off of that for the various different tasks that are going to come up. Like someone's going to be excel in this area where the other person's not. I think it's kind of like a given.
Yeah, ebb and flow.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So should we do another one? I want to do another one.
Should we do a tarot?
I think we should do tarot. I want to know if Audrey is in this pod or
in the podcast.
in the chat. I waved at her. I don't know how to get out.
I wish we could look up other, unless we want to do the full moon spread or another 3-card spread.
It's 11:30. Ooh. Hi, Great Catsby. I like that name.
Yeah. What? Oh, my do not disturb mode.
I saw him in the other room too.
Do you want to just do a 3-card then?
I don't care. Yeah, that's fine. I do want, just so, because we have more people in the chat. So our second screen here, that's our podcast. It's called the Unfiltered, no, it's called Unfiltered 3. We went back and forth. But it's Unfiltered 3. And what you're seeing, because I don't think we went over that at all.
Mm-mm.
What you're currently seeing is our very first episode recording. I don't know, hangout. We were testing the mics, trying to get the feel for it. And we did a reading, and those are the cards, and that was an experience.
Yeah.
That was, if anything were to like light a fuel under us to do this more, it was that.
Absolutely. That was so fun.
Yeah.
The amount of goosebumps and
I had family over earlier, and I was telling them that because I was reading the cards and I was reading from the book, so I was like more intellectual than I was emotional. And so they would like Cece and Brie would be like, "Wow, what?" And then I would be like, "Wow, what?" Like going off of your guys' vibes.
yeah.
It's really funny. But no, it's just crazy how it just like keeps 360ing every time we do like another reading or like something happens. Like, I mean, you'll have to tune into the podcast to hear about more of these stories. But
Yeah,
just a couple different times.
We'll be releasing the actual spread in our 100th episode.
Yeah, that's
I'm
I forgot
excited
about
for
that. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm excited already.
That's so exciting. Okay, we don't need this one anymore.
No, you don't.
And we need this one.
Yes. Give it your energy.
I don't know what that. Are you supposed to do that?
Some people do.
No.
I knock on it 6 times because that's my favorite number, so I've assigned that number to me. I mean, like, I'm putting my energy.
Favorite number?
6 is my favorite number because Saturn is my favorite planet, and Saturn is the 6th planet. That's how I came up with it as a kid. I was like, okay, I love 6 because Saturn.
I think I used to have the favorite number of like 16. 16 was my favorite number. But like, I wouldn't say that's my favorite number anymore. There's kind of some trauma on that. And then you could do like the jersey number. Like I did softball when I was younger. No, I feel like my jersey number was like, I don't actually remember. But I feel like it was like 9 or 1 or something. It was definitely a single digit.
Mm-hmm.
May have even been 6 or 5. I'm not sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm just gonna knock it twice. Okay. What is it?
All right, so that's the thing. Are we doing a 3-card spread, I assume? Because late?
I mean, I don't care. I don't have to. Tomorrow is Easter, but I don't have to be anywhere till 9 o'clock.
The moon cycle spread is kind of about goals.
Oh.
And then the Celtic cross spread is about a problem.
Oh, neither one of us. Well, I mean, we have goals. But I don't really have a problem at the moment. I wish we could get off Pinterest right now.
Why don't we just pull and see what comes out?
Okay, let's do that.
I can't think of the spreads don't feel right.
I like the system we have going.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah, what is the universe trying to tell us right now? We'll just throw random fucking questions out there. That's not a mess up. Let's just throw that many questions out or cards out. God damn. Well, I guess we said we wanted a 3-card spread. Wait, it's not 3? 4, okay.
Oh, I love the star though. Okay, so we got the 6 of rods.
6 of rods.
6 of blades.
One of these days, I will remember. What order are these?
The page of blades.
Blades.
And the star.
6 of rods? Is that the first
rods? One? Yep.
Okay. 6 of rods. You have been victorious in battle, and now is your time to shine. The 6 of rods asks that you hold your head high. Your accomplishments are the result of your hard work, and it's important to be proud of that. This card can also indicate that others recognize the effort you have made, and you could be offered a promotion. Remember that the caliber of work that you got this far will be expected to continue. There is no room for slacking or arrogance here. As long as you understand that, there is no limit to how far you can go. Keywords are victory, promotion, winning, vindication, public recognition, and triumph.
So I take that like you accomplished something. You are proud of yourself. You're like in that celebration, right? But it's just kind of almost there's that warning of like, don't then just relax. Keep doing the work.
Yeah, don't just because you've overcome this, don't slack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't get comfortable in it.
Like
continue to strive.
Like
oh.
I was just gonna say, like, if you've been looking for getting a job and you've been applying, you finally get that job. Now it's time to put in the work to do that job and like stay committed to it and stay on top of it and not, be like, oh, I got the job now, I can relax, and you kind of.
Yeah.
And
then thought I had that I'm so bad. My ADHD, whatever it is, I just think of it and it comes out. I was thinking, like, if you set a goal and you recently have accomplished that goal, don't get lax in the fact that, oh, I've accomplished that goal.
Mm-hmm.
Create the next goal.
Yeah.
And strive for that goal because, like, you're on that path, and so, like, don't stop now. Like, don't words.
Hold on to that drive.
Yeah, like, don't let yourself be in your own way.
Yeah.
That's what I got from that. So, like, recently, I think podcast-wise, bring podcast back to the conversation. I think recently we have started the next phase of kind of pushing this out and getting closer to that release date. And so now I think because we've hit that phase, we need to put the work in and continue so we can hit the next goal.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been good about taking the baby steps.
Yes. And I almost feel like we've been overly good at taking the baby steps. Like, our baby steps have baby steps that have baby steps.
Yeah. I mean, we all have different paces.
Yes.
So we kind of just have to work with that.
We've been good at respecting each other's paces, not pushing the boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Where they're rude. I think we're healthily pushing our boundaries, because I do think that you should always push your boundaries in a way that you're constantly experiencing new experiences, creating new perspectives, stuff of that nature.
Yeah.
But, not feeling overwhelmed or overworked.
For sure.
Right.
Second card, 6 of Blades. 6.
My favorite number is coming out.
I already can tell you now, it's a sad card. A dark card.
Okay. All right. Leave your troubles behind and enter a period of tranquility with the 6 of Blades. Now is the perfect time to get away so you can unpack your baggage without any external pressures. The negative connotations of the other blades are left in the deck, and you are given some temporary relief to reorganize and restructure your life. Old wounds and negative relationships are not welcome where you are going. You may even feel as though you can finally breathe and focus on the most important relationship you have, the one with yourself.
It's a very dark, like, the flowers are black, so I kind of took that as, like, maybe it's like a bittersweetness is how I feel.
I almost get, like, solidarity. Like you almost have to take this time to be alone with yourself, maybe with your thoughts, maybe with, if you're having a lot of anxieties, like, the past keeps being brought up. So, like, letting go of the past, this is your time to focus on you in your now, in your present.
Yeah.
And then by doing that, you're going to find that peace.
Yeah. And it's not an easy task. Maybe that's why, it's the blades.
Yeah. And it's like keywords are escape, change of situation, transition, newfound tranquility. It's also a transition phase.
Mm-hmm.
We are transitioning into the new phase of the moon. Kind of wraps back into that too.
And how we are transitioning into the new phase of the podcast.
That's true as well. If you are listening and you want to comment, I am totally open to what you guys think.
Yeah.
No pressure.
All right, now it's the Page of Blades.
There's a lot of blades.
It's other end.
As a person, the Page of Blades represents someone with a quick mind and an insatiable curiosity for learning and problem solving. She asks a lot of questions about the world around her, but can also lack tact. As a situation, this card's appearance encourages you to put emotion aside and approach a problem with a logical disposition. Ask as many questions as possible before coming to a conclusion. This card can also represent the spreading of gossip. This is rooted in misinformation, and if you don't know the whole story, it's best to remain quiet. Keywords: curiosity, problem solving, gossip, quick mind, energetic, and messages. I almost, so you know how, like, we had that reading meeting like a week or two ago, but where it said, like, words, and it was so focused on words.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, words, know your words, be mindful of your words. I almost think that this is where, like, so, like, for our podcast, like, we want, like, a true safe space. Like, we want to be our authentic self. We want others to be our authentic self. But we're also learning and growing. So it's like being aware of our words and how they touch and impact others, but also being mindful enough to grow if we say something that isn't correct.
Yeah.
But also being resourceful so that we have the most knowledge that we possibly could have on that subject.
Yeah.
where my brain went with that.
I mean, social media is definitely a dangerous territory when it comes to,
Everything.
everything. There's the experts that come in and try to correct you, and it depends on the situation, whether or not you listen to them, how you respond to that situation, all of that. So if you just come in prepared, and if it is a learning opportunity to listen, don't get, defensive. Allow yourself to feel what you feel before you come on. Don't just immediately react,
And be self-accountable. Know
Yes.
that in every situation there is a part that you played in, whether it be big, small, behind the scenes, whatever. Like, you are part of that situation for a reason.
Yeah.
And there's always a lesson to be learned. We're smart, man. We're just kidding. Just kidding. Like, we're dumb. Yikes. I'm gonna just reiterate the fact that we played a 20-question game for like 2.5 hours
Yes.
prior to this, and it's almost midnight.
My brain is turning to mush.
Alright, our last card. Star. Is this a major arcana?
It's a major arcana. It's a beautiful one. I love the star. Numerology 17.
This astrological correspondence is Aquarius. Element is air. Companion card is strength. The star brings it with... Start that over. The star brings with it a renewed sense of hope and peace. Any challenges you've faced recently are about to move into the past, and you can focus on the positive aspects of your life. You have the ability to shine brighter than ever before, and even to guide others into a wonderful future. But you need to remain optimistic about your newfound sense of purpose. The star assures you that anything you do will be a great success, and your wishes will be fulfilled. It heralds good news, rest and relaxation, satisfaction, and a period of study in order for knowledge to grow. Keywords: hope, blessing, and renewal.
I almost look at that like the Six of Rods was the past. This is kind of what we're working through right now. And then the star is like that assurance that we're still on the right path. And, this is coming to us. So we're doing good with that as far as the podcast go.
It's almost like reassurance. Like, we constantly keep getting that. Like, hey, we're aligned. Like, even, like, we have an app where we have, like, all of our information shared. Astrological wise, right?
Yeah. Social security numbers.
Yeah. Or bank accounts, yeah. No.
Yeah.
Astrological wise, and like it notifies me every single day. Most of the time I just swipe them, but recently I've just been more in tune to it and paying attention to it, and it's constantly like, you, Bree, and Cece are in a line, like you're on the same path. And like being together keeps that path going.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's just, it's so crazy how it just keeps connecting. It connects and connects and connects.
Honestly, ever since we started it, because I do my daily polls here too, and it's just been constant, like, you got this, you're on the right path. Like, it's just constantly
our drive, our focus. Like, at the start, it was kind of hard because, I mean, I have a job that is a lot, and so do you.
Mm-hmm.
And for a while, mind you, I'm like hitting 6 months at this job, so it hasn't been a very long time. It's an office job. It's just constant. It's a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. And at the start of this, I almost felt like it was like, oh my gosh, I can't take on another thing.
Yeah.
And that was the podcast. And then I think I almost needed like a perspective change where, like, while it's going to be hard and overwhelming and difficult, in the long run, it's going to pay off.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for me to focus my energy to the podcast, to the social medias, to drive the podcast, all of that, I will get that fulfillment that I'm afraid it's going to take almost. Do you know what I mean?
I think so.
Because like I feel like this is like taking on a part-time job.
Yeah.
It's not really like, oh, hey, I'm just gonna post a TikTok every day. It's like we're doing TikToks, we're doing Instagram, we're doing Facebook, we're doing
It's a lot of
the
work.
podcast, so we have to record, and then we're editing, we have to take up topics, we're constantly talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I was like, well, I don't want a part-time job. But then it's almost like, well, I need to act like this is a part-time job, but almost this is my dream. You know what I mean? Like, this is the career I want. So, like, I need to put the effort in it to make that a career, to manifest that. And I feel like that was a perspective change we needed. Because at first it was like, oh, this is another thing added to my plate. But, like, in reality, like, this is fulfilling or filling my cup versus taking my cup.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's so closely ingrained with what I do for work. I just had my perception was like, all right, this is another client.
Right.
Like,
right.
You got to do this, 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 and this. Like, I got it. But I needed to step into like, hey, you get to do the fun part too.
Yes, yes.
Like recording the podcast, you're in front of the camera, the screen. You're not behind the scenes. You're not just doing the boring day-to-day mundane work. Like, yeah, that's a part of
your
it.
content. Where like a lot of what you do is pushing out other content. Like this is your content, so it's more fulfilling because it's like what you want to talk about. It's what you want to film. Even though like you have taken on obviously your role in what you do, I feel like it's. I mean, I don't know. It's not my reality, but I feel like if I were in your shoes, you would need that perspective of like, but this is mine.
Mm-hmm. And it's something I've been wanting to do. I left Botanical Brie a while ago just because I went through a lot of tough life changes during COVID, and something I was just kept hitting a wall of getting back into it, even though I wanted to, and this finally allowed me to break through that.
Mm-hmm.
I had to support my friends.
Yeah.
And it's been great.
I mean, this is something you and I have been talking about all the time, but like like if you look at my personal Instagram page, which you can't because it's private, I'm sorry, but my posts are like every 6 months, every 8 months. I think one is 1 year, then another year, maybe even 2 years. I'm on socials, don't get me wrong, I'm on them daily. I just don't actively put myself or my life out there. So this was, and Cece's the same way. So this was a very big step, which is the reason why we had all of like the baby steps.
Yes, we're getting there. That's why we had the one post here on Instagram, but we've kind of been focusing on TikTok. That, in part, at least for me, is the fun part. So I think that's why it was like TikTok. But also, the algorithm, it's better. Sorry, Instagram.
I feel like it's just easier to navigate. I've learned some things about that Instagram algorithm. I don't know if they're true. Learned them on TikTok.
Yeah, exactly.
But they were about, as they say, because they can't say it over there. But yeah, no, I'll have to tell you about those later.
Yeah. What was I saying before that, though? I lost my train of thought.
We were talking about like how we had to change our perspectives about the podcast.
I was talking about social media.
Botanical Brie,
having fun with it. Baby steps.
Yeah.
Yes, so our goal is to start pushing out more content here on Instagram.
Yes. Yeah. We've kind
but
of built up our TikTok so we can push, those out on Instagram Reels.
And we'll eventually start taking more pictures to actually post to our grid.
Yeah, so we live in the Northeast. Okay. It's cold.
Mm-hmm.
It's bleh outside. And
right.
you just don't feel good. So you're not like, oh, hey, let's take an Instagram. Because, like, they gotta be Instagram-worthy pictures.
You gotta shave your legs.
You gotta do your skincare, you know, you can't just roll out of bed and throw your, clothes on and that be it.
Yeah.
They gotta be aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, and there's a lot more involved, a lot more steps. So it's kind of like
It's more mental
yeah.
capacity that takes too.
So I feel like doing the fun videos, just having fun with it, not worrying about it, and then we get into that routine that becomes normal, and then we start doing monthly photo shoots or talking about photos and that stuff, and then that.
I bought all this stuff for a photo shoot. Gotta use it.
We will though. That'll be fun when we do that.
Yeah.
When we do.
Oh, we're children. That's so funny.
We both said it the same way.
So funny. Oh. I keep going? Or you wanna stop?
I think I'm good here.
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
I think my boyfriend's gonna be asleep when I get home.
Mine's already asleep.
Yeah.
I think that's it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out, and let us know if you're watching this back to on the
Reels.
Right. Yeah.
TV,
whatever
it's called.
Let us know what your reading was. How did it relate to you? And yeah, our podcast is coming soon. We're here. We're on YouTube, TikTok at Unfiltered3, and we'll see you soon.
Bye. It's good hanging out.